Hi people, you're tuning into Crafty Luv and you're listening to the words of Zek Snaps, the man himself, the one, the only. Pow!
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
I'm cool, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Tell everyone what your name is and what you do.
Cool, so I go by the name of Zek, or cameraman name, Zek Snaps, the one and only official.
Yeah.
That's just me. Profile cameraman, does a lot of music photography, you know, into the music industry. Do a lot of press stuff for music artists, shot some of your favourite artists around the UK.
Shot as in like snaps.
Yes. Oh yeah. Let me pun that and get my snaps involved, because yeah, I should use more of that as
Snaps,
an acronym.
yeah.
Yeah. So snaps, some of your favourite artists, let's just say, and
Right.
obviously, I do a lot of art directing at time, which a lot of people don't know. So if people don't know what art direction is, it's basically like you production design a set for a music video or a short film. So you make the film come alive. You can turn a basic location into a wonderful location
sick.
with a power of your mind and thoughts.
Amazing.
So yeah.
So let's start from the beginning. How did you get into all of this? So photography as a whole, just how did where did that start?
So originally I was into film. So I remember when I finished college, and then after college, me and my friend, a good friend of mine, Anton, shout out Anton, he said to me, cool, like, what's your plans after college? Like, obviously you're going uni, everything's going to become your part now. Like, what are you up to? So then I said to him, cool, like, at my first year of uni, I'm just going to spend the student loan on the camera and explore with it.
Oh, wow.
So then I went all out at first, and I remember my first camera was a Canon 70D. And then at first I was just taking snippets of like filming footages outside of London, just going about and just seeing what I can do and just learning my expertise a bit furthermore. And then bit by bit, as soon as I started to gradually build myself through that, I remember one of my old friends from where I live back in Ilford called me, a guy called Zubair. Even shout out Zubair, because I've got enough love for him. Called me, we caught up, said to like each other, how's the family going on and that. And obviously he told me like, what are you doing now? Like, what's your aim in uni? And I said to him, cool, like, I want to get into filming. So then randomly out of his thoughts and mine, he said to me, do you know an artist called Paige Keiki? And I said to him, yeah, what about her? And he said, do you know she trains at my gym? And I was like, huh? I was like, that's so random. I know. And he's like, yeah, I do personal training for her. I was like, that is so random. I said to him, look, if you could try, ask her for an email. I know I ain't got no portfolio, but you never know. He's like, bro, anything for our family, I'll do it. So then he went up to her, spoke to her the next day. He got me an email. And then me and Paige started to talk bit by bit through email. And then obviously I spoke to her manager, Samira, who she CC'd onto the email. And then bit by bit, we just started to see what we could do and how we could work together. So then I remember my friend Anton, because he's got quite a lot of links, and he's got his own production company called Touchgate, which obviously it's not like going on no more. He said to me, cool, why don't we just do a music video for her for free?
Wow.
And see what we could do for her. And I said, you know what, that could make sense. So why not? So then I forwarded him on the email, got him involved, introduced him, and then we spoke to her briefly bit by bit till like January 2015. I remember she posted up something on her Instagram saying that need a photographer for her birthday event. So I said to myself, cool, like, I'm actually getting into photography, like, I'm having fun with it. And obviously I had my flash gun, I had the lenses, everything. And then he spoke to me later on, and Anton was like, cool, what's the plan? And I said to him, cool, let's just see what she says. Hopefully she replies back. So we didn't hear nothing from her. And I was like, yeah, this is not gonna happen. I was like, she probably aired us, and she was like, you know what, forget it.
Yeah.
So her manager replies a day before to both of us, can you get to the venue at 10 p.m?
Oh, wow.
So knowing me, I didn't know nothing about the events game. Like, I had no experience. I knew nothing was like, what is the events mode like? So then I remember we went to the venue. It was in Holloway, I remember. And then we went there, we was chilling from like 10 p.m. Obviously, you just told us the right time to get there. According to like a lot of like my people who I know now, who was waiting at the line, like my boy Shivs, he's like, oh bro, you're gonna know a lot about black people timing when it comes to events. I was like, okay. I was like, let's see what happens. and then she came till like 12ish.
That's mad.
And then she came at 12ish. And then I remember we went in all in at 11. And then I just started to take photos of random people, but my confidence wasn't there. I was a very shy character back then. So then I was like to myself, like, oh God, like, a lot of people gonna pass through, like Wretch, Chip,
right,
Miss Banks. I didn't even know about Miss Banks at the time. Karma Cruz, a lot of these artists that are very close to Pagey, and people are around always recording. And then I remember one of my very close boys that I'm very close with, who I met that day, a guy called Risky Javan. So shout out to Risky. Guy, obviously, when you look at Risky first, tatted up guy, tattoos all over his body and that, you think, oh, okay, this guy's quite a goon. And when you look at him, it was with his brother Shy, my boy Crits as well. I remember they were in the corner. And then obviously I went up to him and I was like, yo, can I take a photo? He's like, yeah, of course, my G, come on, bro. And then I remember I took a photo with him and obviously his brother, and he's like, raw. He's like, this photo is wavy, you know, my G. He goes, how long you been doing photography for? I said, I'm not gonna lie, this is my first day. He's like, what? He's like, eh? He's like, nah. He goes, that can't be true. And I said, yeah. I said, it's my first day. He's like, nah. He goes, bro, come around with me. I'm gonna introduce you to everyone. So then ever since that, I remember he brought me to everyone. He got me photos with Jordan Morris. I remember he was there. Wretch, Merkston was there. So many people, and he just made me confident.
On your first attempt, like the first time.
My confidence just...
That's mad.
Went sky high. And then ever since that, Risky told me, cool, take my number, we're gonna talk.
Wow.
We'll see what happens. So I didn't hear back from him. I was like, yeah, this guy's not bothered as well. Then I'll get a call from him randomly on an unknown number. And he's like to me, bro, what area are you from? And I said to him, Edger Road. He's like, bro, I'm from Labrador Grove. We can consistently just link up, come to my house, to mine and my brother's house. Let's link up and just film some stuff and take photos of our lifestyle. And then ever since I started to roll with him, I just gradually learned the process of like how it's like to be around an artist. So bit by bit, started to see like the experiences and the type of expertise he had as an artist.
Right.
Was it like to be in an industry full of like excitement, but at the same time a lot of fakeness. So then he just spoke to me about so many things bit by bit. So Risky brought me on to a lot of events. Then after that, I met Nathan Hector as well at Box Park Shoreditch when they were doing the acoustic live on Sundays back in the day with my boy Q, who organises it. So I met Nathan and I heard about Nathan's name a lot, because obviously he does acting. And then obviously I went up to Nathan and I was like, yo bro, can I take your number or something? Like, we work. And he's like, who's this Meek type of thing? Who's this guy coming up, approaching me? And then obviously he randomly just DM'd him one time. He's like, bro, what's your number? Messaged him as well, messaged him back with my number. And he told me, listen, I've got a behind the scenes opportunity for you that I might need you for a series called Brothers in Suits, which later on I got involved and became the first assistant director for that. And then literally after that, I followed Nathan's journey as well.
What is the time span on this, by the way? Like how?
It's mad because all this happened in late 2015. And then I followed Nathan's journey. Well, I'm still always going to follow Nathan wherever we go because he does hosting now, innit?
Okay.
So I'm always following Nathan, always like, even if I don't go with Risky no more, I'm always at his house catching up with him.
So did this happen like within just a few months? Like
yeah,
literally
few
life
months
just took off?
Simultaneously, all in within months.
Damn.
And then I met, through one video shoot we did for Risky at his birthday, I met a very talented artist called Shay Lingo.
Right.
Listen, when Shay was playing Mausoleum on his SoundCloud at Risky's house, I was like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
Because I'm into lyricism. I listen to like a lot of talented artists. I listen to Hopsin, Tech9, who else? Denzel Curry, all of these wordsmith artists that are like intelligent with their wordplay and their punchlines. So then obviously Shay's that type of guy as well. And then I was like, who is this guy? And then I spoke to him. I was like, bro, you're actually so sick with it. Yeah. Shay as well brought me onto a lot of stuff.
Wow.
He's a very talented boy now.
Yeah, he's
killing it. Talented. Like he's doing his thing. Obviously, he got me to learn about how to shoot photo shoots for artists as well, because he's a very stylish guy. If you look at him and his persona. So Shay brought me onto that, and then we just gradually built it bit by bit, and then it was mainly Shay, Risky, and Nathan. And then when it came to the events game, I met my boy Seshi, guy from I Am Next platform. So he told me the real ways of how to finesse shows. If people ain't gonna accept you, he brought me onto a lot of shows that he built from his platform. So artists like S&E, House of Pharaohs, Octavian, before Octavian Blue.
Right.
And like I just start to know about these artists. And I remember the first event I met Seshi and I worked with him was at House of Vans.
Right.
And then they brought House of Pharaohs as the main headliners. That night was so sick. I remember it was so
Sounds
sick.
like a whirlwind of just
and then I just started to gradually follow those four.
Yeah.
And then ever since that, my journey just started to go up and up throughout. Every time I started to learn and intake their journey experience throughout my own journey as well.
Wait, so pause. Did you go to uni then?
Cause I just finished uni. Literally this year I finished uni and I was balancing uni with all of that as well. And for me, that was the utmost biggest challenge I could ever take in life.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, wait, so what did you study at uni?
So I'm about to graduate with BA Honours in Film Studies.
Okay.
So it's basically a course in Middlesex University, which is in Hendon. Mainly practical theory, no exams.
Okay.
So my last year, I had to art direct 3 films.
So that's okay.
Stress. Absolute stress.
Damn.
But you know what?
Worth it.
It was worth it. Like I'm not gonna lie, in terms of like what I do now and how I built myself, uni didn't help me that. But what uni taught me is to how to academically be well prepared.
Well, I was just about to ask you that.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, do you think that maybe like the hands-on experience, so you just kind of throwing yourself into it and kind of getting experience that way?
Yeah, I
do you feel like that was more beneficial than maybe like learning photography in a classroom?
I for sure do accept that and I agree with that, because what uni taught me is how to academically improve your writing and how to prepare paperwork.
Yeah.
As a creative, no matter if you're a director of photography, if you're a art director, like you can be so creatively well-minded, but are you good with your paperwork and documentations? Right. So that's what I got and I learned from my lessons throughout my lecturers. Even one of my lecturers, a guy called Eddie McCaffrey, he's a profound producer. Like he's produced for like Honda adverts, done a lot, and he's got his own company. So he's part-time as a lecturer. He has the Irish determination, and he keeps telling me like, listen, like outside of uni, they're not going to give a flying F about your grade.
Yes.
They care about your portfolio in the creative world.
Yeah.
Like you can have a first. Yeah. You can have a first, but what's your creative portfolio like? Mm-hmm. That's what matters the most. And he kept telling me that. And he said to me, look, I know for a fact the other lecturers do criticize you because of your freelance work, but I don't criticize it because I know you're working hard for it and you're trying to build yourself a name and a brand. So then he just said to me, look, just go out there, have positive vibes, network, go out there,
build relationships with people.
Yes, strategically build yourself first and then build your relationships with people after. Mm-hmm. Because he said, if you don't interconnect yourself with your own being, you ain't gonna succeed far.
Right.
So that's what I learned from him. And for me, he's just been one of my like idols when I first got into this whole thing.
Wow.
So I respect his conglomerate as a person as well as a producer, because he knows what the game is like.
So do you think it's important for people to have mentors? It feels like you had a lot of people just willing to help you. Like they just kind of like, I don't know if a lot of people experience that, but do you think it's important to have kind of people that can guide you and maybe mentor you as well, kind of sit you down and tell you, you know, this is what you need to expect. I think you should maybe go down this lane. What do you think?
I think yes, in a certain degree, yes, because you do certainly need that guidance. I do agree. If there's certain things that you don't see from yourself, but people see it and you'll do something wrong, take the honesty. Honesty is the best policy in this game, like serious thing. And I always tell people, if you're not honest with your own mistakes and your pros and cons, forget it.
Yeah.
Like there are some people, that photographers that I know that are upcoming, and I see the edits, I'm like, bro, this is not right. This is not right for you. Up the highlights, up the shadows, blah, blah, blah. And when they see it later on, they're like, whoa, like I didn't notice these little differences. I used to get that. Like I used to post so much of my own personal life stories on social media. my boy Nathan would call me up. He's like, bro, take that off. People don't need to know about your life, blah, blah, blah. Do you think people are going to care about you? And I said, you know what? He's kind of right on that. He's like, bro, silently just build up your work. Go out there, do your thing. People don't need to know what you're doing. He goes, if something doesn't come true, you're going to look like a fool. And I agreed with that. I agreed with that. So I definitely do agree that you need some people to look upon you and guide you in the right in a certain way, sorry. But at the same time, you need to be the person where you guide yourself into what pathway you choose.
Listen to yourself, kind of know exactly, keep focused.
Exactly.
And this is the road that you're heading down.
110%. And this is why the best person who knows the truth about the pathway you choose is your own self.
A lot of people underestimate that. They don't really listen to themselves. They kind of listen to everyone around them. How long did it take before you kind of thought, I can support myself on this? Like, this is how I'm going to make my living.
Do you know what? It was very hard to make money out of it first. That was one of the most biggest challenges alongside uni, as well as proving my parents wrong.
Right.
I think that and my parents were the biggest barriers I had to pass through all my life.
How are you going to make money?
Because I've got an Asian family.
Right.
their way of living is just like, oh, if it doesn't come right for you, you have to become a doctor. Blah, 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 this and that. And I'm like, listen. I said, listen, let me prove you a lot wrong, first of all. Second of all, I don't want to live a boring lifestyle. I want to go out there and explore the world. Thirdly, give me time and efficiency and I'll prove it all in one go. So then, bit by bit, I started to gradually just build that up. Obviously, I started to take a lot of low payment jobs at first, like 40, 50 pound a shoot, like for 4 hours. Now I charge people about 200 for 2 hours now. It's all because of my personality, meeting deadlines with people, as well as having a good, a good way of like knowing your quality control. If you know your quality is amazing, it can get you far, but how you have to balance that quality is with a good personality. And you need to be on point with your time and be honest. So that's what I believe that can get you far in life and get you more jobs in this industry. So if you consistently just show the quality, but at the same time, you bring that out in one go and you just be honest with people, tell them like, I can finish it at this specific time.
Don't give false expectations.
This is what I mean. So I've been there, seen that. I've given a lot of false expectations at first. So I had to learn my lesson and gradually just build that up. And that was like one of the toughest things now. And I think financially now it's going to help me a lot. Like, it's just all going to make sense later on.
You're really busy,